Hello, Synod Assembly. My name is Nicole McCarthy, and I'm the Interim Director at Living Water Ministries. I'm here today to tell you that the mission is real. The mission at Living Water Ministries is bringing together all of God's children to experience Christian community, grow in faith, develop leadership skills, and serve others. Anytime there's a transition, people either pull away from an organization or get more involved. I'm inviting you to get more involved, to see that the mission is what is at the heart of Living Water Ministries. When our community gathers together, whether campers, staff, adult leaders, run the race participants, or visitors, something big happens. God moves in amazing ways in our community to ignite our faith, to hone or grow leadership skills, and to serve others in an intentional way that meets them where they're at. Maybe you've stepped back from Living Water Ministries because you thought it was only for campers. Maybe we fell off your radar. Maybe you see what we're doing all the time but haven't gotten involved. Maybe you're doing everything we have to offer. Well, this is my official invitation to you. Come and be part of it. We're looking forward to seeing the ways our community can grow this year, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Grandpa Shark here to bring you some joy and laughter as we prepare for the 2024 Northwest Lower Michigan Synod Assembly. Swarms of cicadas will descend on parts of the country this summer. Police will be compelled to bring out their SWAT teams. My friend asked me if I thought he had the body of a Greek god. I told him Buddha was not Greek. I've started telling everyone about the benefits of eating dried grapes. It's all about raisin awareness. I gave up desserts for Lent, but I enjoy ice cream anyway because Sundays don't count. I was today years old when I discovered that race car, spelled backwards, is still race car. Coffee is necessary for survival. There is proof that dinosaurs did not have coffee, and look what happened to them. I know I'm getting older when I need my glasses to find my glasses. During a sermon, a large plant fell behind the pulpit, crashing to the ground. The pastor, acknowledging his tendency for long-winded sermons, said, "Well, that's the first time I ever put a plant to sleep." Here's some points to ponder. If poison expires, is it more poisonous or less poisonous? Which letter is silent in the word scent, S-C-E-N-T? Is it the S or the C? Do twins ever realize that one of them was not planned? Why is the letter W in English called W? Shouldn't it be called double V? Every time you clean something, you just make something else dirty. The word swims, upside down, is still swims. And now you're writing on a piece of paper and turning it upside down. Think about this. 100 years ago, everybody owned a horse and only the rich had cars. These days, almost everyone has a car and only the rich own horses. If you replace W and T in what, where, and when, you get the answer to each of these. Well, that's all from Grandpa Shark. I hope the tune stays with you. Do 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 do.
Hi, I'm Bishop Craig Satterley, and I am delighted to welcome you, to invite you to our second You Are Witnesses retreat that will be held Monday and Tuesday, November 11 and 12 at the St. Francis Retreat Center in DeWitt. I recently talked to a pastor whose congregation is experiencing growth. New people are coming, giving is up. I asked him what the secret sauce is so that we can bottle it. And he thoughtfully said, truthfully, talk about Jesus and get out of the way. Talk about Jesus and get out of the way. We really need to witness to Jesus. Another pastor, a younger pastor, said to me that if we're interested in young people and young families, there's really two types. There are those who want to know and follow Jesus, and there are those who will opt out of church. We really need to talk about Jesus. We want to talk about church. We want to talk about how great our church is, how wonderful our community is. And that's really great for people who, want to follow Jesus, who are already following Jesus. That's great for church members. We'll be the best church you can join. If we want to bring people in who are younger or who are not de-churched but have never been churched, we need to share the good news of Jesus. More importantly, we need to share the good news of Jesus because it is good news. It really is life-giving good news. Learning of Jesus is wonderful news when we can do it expecting nothing in return except that people will hear what we have to say with an open mind and an open heart. And that's what we learn to do at this retreat. We learn that it is fun to speak of Jesus. We provide a method. Everybody gets to practice. People actually do it. They go home feeling uplifted. We're going to probably push a little farther in this coming retreat to talk about once we've talked about Jesus, how do we get practice so we're really ready to do it? Because there are neat ways to do that. It's one thing talking about Jesus in the safety of a retreat where everybody is there to talk about Jesus. It's another thing to talk about Jesus to somebody for whom it is brand new, or to talk about Jesus outside of the church. So we may work on a bit of that. I left our last retreat, we did one last year, just feeling so uplifted and excited. So come for no other reason than you'll feel good afterwards. You won't think so coming in, but you will afterwards. So if you want to learn more about the retreat, if you want to register, you can visit my webpage, which is craigasatterley.com, and click on events. But I really hope you'll consider coming. I would enjoy spending a couple days with you talking about Jesus. I'm delighted to welcome you. I'm excited for the retreat in November. Please join us. The peace of Christ be with you always.
All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now.
Listen to the top where the little bird sings, and the melodies and the high notes ringing, and the hoot owl cries over everything, and the blackbird disagrees.
Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day, when the little duck quacks and he's on his way, and the otter hasn't got much to say, and the porcupine talks to himself. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now.
Dogs and the cats, they take up the middle, where the honeybee hums and the cricket fiddles, the donkey brays and the pony neighs, the old grey badger sighs.
Listen to the bass, it's a one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus moans and groans with the big to-do, and the old cow just goes moo.
All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. Simple song, a little song everywhere, by the ox and the fox and the grizzly bear, the dopey alligator and the hawk above, the sly old weasel and the turtle dove. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now.
Listen to the top where the little bird sings, and the melodies and the high notes ringing, and the hoot owl cries over everything, and the blackbird disagrees.
Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day, when the little duck quacks and he's on his way, and the otter hasn't got much to say, and the porcupine talks to himself. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now.
Dogs and the cats, they take up the middle, where the honeybee hums and the cricket fiddles, the donkey brays and the pony neighs, the old grey badger sighs.
Listen to the bass, it's a one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus moans and groans with the big to-do, and the old cow just goes moo.
All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm the Synod's Communications Director, and today I'm in my kitchen attempting to make a batch of communion bread. The recipe I'm using is from Prince of Peace in Portage. It's what they use for their worship services and also what we used for our last in-person assembly. So I'm excited to bring you along today, and let's get started.
For our ingredients, we have eggs, water, molasses, olive oil, and honey, Pamela's gluten-free bread mix, salt, and baking soda. First, we're going to beat the eggs until they are frothy. Then we're going to combine the eggs with the honey, molasses, and olive oil, and the water. We're going to stir that together until combined, and then we're going to whisk together the bread mix, salt, and baking soda. Next, we'll add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, a fourth at a time, and I kind of eyeballed this part. Make sure to stir it together until it's fully incorporated. The dough is a little bit different than regular bread dough. It's much more runny. While you're making your batter, preheat the oven to 350 and line a pan with parchment paper. Once the batter is fully combined, we will transfer it to the parchment-lined baking sheets to bake. Then we're going to use a half cup measure to pour out rounds of batter onto the parchment-lined baking sheet. I made a mini batch of this recipe, so I got about 3 loaves. A single batch would make 6 to 8 loaves, and it does scale up from there. Then we will bake them in the oven for about 16 to 20 minutes and let them cool. All right, our bread has finished baking. It's nice and cool. I've broken a piece in half. I'm probably not supposed to be eating this yet, but I'm gonna give it a little taste test. Really good. Thank you so much to Prince of Peace and Portage for sharing the recipe. We'll go ahead and post that on the Synod website again too, for those of you who are interested in making it at home. See you next time.
What does it mean to be the rock that starts to ripple? In a world of constant motion, where every action creates ripples, there are those who choose to be rocks, the agents for positive change. For the child seeking a loving home, for people battling addiction, for those who have lost their homes and their hope, you are the rocks that start the ripple. Together, we form an unbreakable chain of support, extending our hands to uplift those who need it the most. By being the rock that starts the ripple, you inspire us to create a better world. One child, one family, one life at a time.
Hi, I'm Craig Satterley, and I am just so excited to invite you to participate in our second preaching retreat. It will be October 21st to the 23rd. once again at the St. Francis Retreat Center in DeWitt, Michigan. You can find details and the schedule, and you can register by going to my webpage, craigasatterley.com, and looking under events. So when I wrote my book and I got to chapter 4, where I wanted to talk about preaching Jesus as Savior, I realized that we needed more tools to preach as Jesus as Savior. I hear a lot about Jesus had to take our place on the cross, and God demanded a blood sacrifice, and so the blood of the Lamb, and people are really uncomfortable with that, and so they stopped preaching Jesus as Savior and made him a teacher and a role model and an example. But before Jesus can be those things, teacher, example, role model, he really does need to be our Savior. So what does it mean that Jesus saves us? So I reached out to my friend and teacher, Bob Krieg, at the University of Notre Dame, who helped me to understand that, in fact, there are 5 models, classic models, that evolved over the years, over the centuries, on how the church understood Jesus' suffering, death, and resurrection. And they kind of overlap, and they all are still in use in the ecumenical church today. And so for our retreat this year, the theme of which is Preaching Jesus as Savior, 5 Classic Models, Dr. Krieg will be our presenter, and he will present each of these 5 models. And then we will also talk about strategies for preaching. He's going to present these in an accessible way that's relevant. It was really helpful to me to not only learn with him again, but to read a book that he is writing on these models. And I found it really accessible and exciting and relevant. And these 5 models have changed my preaching. And then we will also have time to hear the passion stories from each of the 4 Gospels. And there will be worship and prayer and fellowship and the things that make a retreat meaningful retreat. So I want to invite anyone who cares about preaching, anyone that wants to learn more about Jesus as Savior, anyone that wants a rich theological conversation in a retreat setting. The retreat will be geared and tailored for preachers, but anyone who cares about preaching is welcome, because preaching is really improved when the listeners are informed and attentive. The quality of preaching increases with the expectations of the congregation. So I encourage you to join us for our 2nd preaching retreat in October. The peace of Christ be with you.
You shall cross the barren desert, but you shall not die of thirst. You shall wander far in safety, though you do not know the way. You shall speak your words in foreign lands, and all will understand. You shall see the face of God and live. Be not afraid. I go before if wicked tongues insult and hate you, all because of me. Blessed are you. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest.
Yes, every time Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Hold on. Paul and Silas locked in jail, didn't have no one to go to bail. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on. Mary wore 3 links of chain, every link was in my Jesus' name. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. When the storms are raging high, you suffer wrong and you can't tell why. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on. Keep on plowing, don't you tire. Every ram goes high and high. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I told you once and I tell you again, you can't get to heaven drinking gin. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. If you want to get to heaven, let me tell you how. Keep your hand on the gospel plow. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Got my hand on the gospel plow. Wouldn't take nothing from my journey now. Keep your hand on the plow. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your hand on the plow. 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 Keep your hand, keep holding, keep your hand, keep holding, keep your hand, keep holding, keep your hand.